What's up YouTube? For today's video, we're a level 1 Riolu sweep. Dang, I did it again, guys. I did it again. So, I've been meaning to put this video up for like 69 years. I keep like messing up the editing and not having time, so I finally bowled it over. This is a pretty cool idea back in December, and I hope you guys enjoy. So tonight, real quick, I will be streaming Mystery Dungeon, Red and Blue Rescue Team. I've never ever played this series at all, like none of the games, so it'll be like a raw beginner first time. If you guys want to come and watch and help me, I'd really much appreciate that. It should be super funny because I'm going to be so bad and terrible. You guys are going to be roasting me. It should be pretty fun. So if you want to come and watch that one, Twitch TV/PimpniteYT. Link is in the description of the video there, of course. So come and watch after this video if you'd like. And I should be streaming then for sure. Thank you also to all the support we've had on the stream so far. It's been absolutely awesome. Okay, let's get into this video, people. So level 1 Riolu. Now, we actually... Little fun fact before we get into this video, this is just a tiny little bit of setup for some other Pokemon. Not doing any baton passing at all in this. I wanted Riolu to do all the work. So, a while ago in black and white, I actually did a Riolu sweep, right? Geez, I reckon it was probably 5-6 years ago, maybe I did it. And that strategy obviously no longer works. So, this is actually quite interesting to compare this video and I'll leave it in the description of the video if you actually want to watch it. It's a very old video, but you know, it worked all the way back then. You can probably guess what the strategy is, or if you don't, I just leave it in there anyway. You can kind of, it would be quite nice to compare the quality in videos anyway. So, this strategy is definitely different from that one, and we've got a Skarmory here. I know, I was thinking of using Stealth Rocks, but that's impossible to get, so I was going to use Spikes instead, right? So setting up a couple of lines of Spikes, we got a Geomancy Xerneas here, and it's Geomantic Power Herb Xerneas. It's absolute destruction. So I was able to get 2 spikes off. I would have liked to get 3 layers off, but that's how it is. So now we're going to bring in Speedy here. Obviously, this was a no restrictions battle, so all the levels were as they were. And what I mean by that, they're not auto leveled up to level 50. So I've got this Pineco. It's got Sturdy. And I'm going to set up the Toxic Spikes, but I wanted 2 layers, so I actually gave my Pineco a pretty cool item. Now, as you guys know, the Custap Berry is now out, so I'm making full use of that in this battle, so we're going to go for another Toxic Spikes. Custap Berry gives priority, that's how I was actually able to outspeed the Xerneas. I don't mind Shining Xerneas, looks pretty cool. Alright, so obviously we got the Pineco, it's going to get sent to the moon, but that's pretty much all I needed. I got the Stealth Rock, I got the Spikes. I got the Stealth Rocks with this Geodude here, and that was pretty much all I needed. Now, this Geodude was actually quite important to the strategy here. Pretty much, I needed the first Pokemon to swap out, basically because I put all the traps down the field, and I needed that initial Pokemon to actually swap out. Now, there were a few counters to this, but basically, this was made the Riolu pretty invulnerable, and it was pretty funny though. I had a lot of battles with this one. This is definitely the most impressive one. I had more than one actually success with this. Out of all the battles I had, this one was it was just a little bit more impressive. The other one was sort of like it just wasn't as good, so I decided to use this one instead. So we got a Primal Growl in here, of course we do. Of course we do, people. And the idea of this set is we had the red card set up the Stealth Rock, automatically swapping them out, and with the Sturdy I wouldn't go down. So I actually thought that was a really neat idea. So getting the Stealth Rocks up, everything is prepared for Riolu, and I hope you guys enjoy this battle. Will you last the whole battle? Let me know in the comments section, and I'll actually have a full explanation of what actually was going on in this battle at the end. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this. We've got the Geodude getting fainted, and we've got the big, golden, shiny Riolu swapping in. Alright, people, enjoy. Alright people, did you last the whole video? Let me know in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you really thought it was a cool video and you learned something new, please leave a like on the video. I'd very much appreciate that. And let's get into the strategy. So, as I mentioned at the start, we had Riolu as the main attacker. Obviously, that was a video about it. We had Geodude, Skarmory, and Pineco setting up all the traps in the world. Mainly, we wanted that Toxic Spikes down. Stealth Rocks and Spikes were very handy though. Now, Red card on Geodude was very, very important. That obviously made the first Pokemon swap out, and that began the cycle of the Pokemon getting poisoned and hit by Stealth Rocks and Spikes. Now, looking closely at Riolu, in Generation 5, you could use the Prankster Raw strategy. This pretty much gave Copycat and Prankster with Raw obviously it turned it into a non-negative priority and it gave it a +1 priority, and you could keep spamming it over and over and over again. Eventually they changed this and nerfed this, and negative priority moves could not be used with Copycat, and that strategy was basically dead in the water there. It never worked. However, this strategy made use of Dig. Now, Dig gives you invulnerability for 1 turn. Now, there is a couple of moves that can hit you. Only one you really have to worry about is Earthquake. Not too many people run Fissure. Just for trolls, and Magnitude is another one too. Pretty much, they're the only moves you have to worry about if you're underneath the ground. Now, the idea suggested at the start was pretty similar to this one. Now, Custap Berry did actually come out between that, so I thought Custap Berry would make a really good item, because the problem I was having, right, is getting a swap on the Riolu wasn't really possible after you use Substitute over and over again. It's like, how are you going to make them swap, right? So priority Dig with the Custap Berry gave you that initial Dig, and then you could use Copycat, which was obviously given priority by Prankster, and Copycat turned into Dig, so you could keep using priority Dig over and over and over and over, basically rendering the Riolu invincible. Now, obviously there's a lot of things that get around that. As I already mentioned, no guard Pokemon could come in and wreck you, like priority moves, lots of things there. But if those things are out the way, pretty much Riolu was absolutely invincible, and it just kept digging under the ground, and yeah, just a continuous cycle of salt. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Pretty much, the last move I put on there, it was Magnet Rise as well, in case we did come across any Earthquake users and stuff like that. That was another move. In this battle, I didn't actually get to show that, but yeah, that was the other move I had on there. Pretty much you're just using, after you've used Substitute, got yourself down to a low enough amount of health for the Custap Berry to activate, you could pretty much just keep using, after you've used the initial Dig, you could just keep copying the Dig over and over again. It was kind of risky to go for the Magnet Rise, so yeah, I don't know. I kind of ducked out of a lot of battles where I'd seen the Pokemon would probably definitely have Earthquake. It was very hard to get that Magnet Rise off and then get the Dig again and then get the Copycat. It just, most of the time it didn't work. It's just, I left it on there because it was like a very situational move. Anyway, I hope I explained this one pretty well. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, I will be streaming some Mystery Dungeon on Twitch. Link in the description. If you want to check out the original Riolu sweep that was done in black and white, I'll leave that in the description. And you guys will see what I mean by the raw there. It was it was definitely more broken than this strategy. This strategy was just pretty fun though, because you were pretty much just sitting under the ground, invincible, and while the opponent got very, very salty. All right, people, I'll catch you, and I hope you like this video. Peace.